Correspondent Selina Wang has the latest on this story. Selina, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning to you, DeMarco. That's right. President Biden, he is blaming Congress for the fall of that Eastern Congress comes back from their break. Well, they'll have other priorities with only 3 days to avert the next government shutdown. Eva.
Selina Wang for us there at the White House. Thank you, Selina. Senior White House correspondent Selina Wang. Thanks so much for being with us, Selina.
Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you guys.
So let's just dive right into this. How significant is the South Carolina primary?
Yeah, Eva, this is a really big deal, especially for Nikki Haley, because this is really her make or break it moment. Now, South Carolina may be her home state, but polling shows her trailing far behind Donald Trump. She needs to prove here that she's building momentum. She needs to perform at least better than she did against Donald Trump in New Hampshire, especially leading into Super Tuesday. Now, the South Carolina electorate, it is more conservative and evangelical. These are groups that tend to vote for Donald Trump. He's also gotten more endorsements from leaders in the state, so Nikki Haley very much the underdog here.
And we mentioned that Trump is ahead of the polls. They are ahead in the polls. They are rather in South Carolina. Is there a chance that Nikki Haley could come out on top in her home state?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, this is very much a long shot, and I just want to give you a look at the polling here. According to 538, Trump is at 63% in South Carolina, with Haley coming in at just 31%. Now, one factor that could change the landscape here is if Nikki Haley is able to attract that wide base of voters. Now, so far, we've seen her perform very well when it comes to moderates and undeclared voters. Primaries, they historically have low voter turnout. So her campaign is betting that they can get Republicans and maybe even some Democrats who don't normally go out and vote in the primaries to go out and vote. Now, when it comes to Donald Trump, so far, all of his legal woes not really denting his support, but if he gets a conviction, that could change the landscape.
We've seen Nikki Haley recently really taking shots at Donald Trump, which is a marked difference in what her messaging had previously been. What is she saying now?
Yeah, Eva, you're right. She is going after Donald Trump harder than ever. She is attacking his character, his mental fitness, calling him old, unhinged, and ineffective. We've seen her go after him particularly hard about spending more time in the courtroom than in the campaign trail. But really here, her message is that America needs to move to a new generation of leaders. It needs to move beyond the chaos of Trump, and not just Trump, but she's lumping Biden and Trump together, branding them as grumpy old men.
And we know that this is a GOP primary, but where does President Biden factor into all of this?
Yeah, DeMarco, there are some interesting factors going on here. So polling consistently shows that Biden would actually do better going up against Trump than he would going up against Nikki Haley. So that's why you've seen some Democratic strategists say that it is more favorable for Biden that Trump is polling better. And you've seen so much of the Biden campaign focus specifically on going after Donald Trump and the threat that he specifically poses to American democracy, to American freedoms. Now, another really interesting factor here is that as we've seen Haley go harder against Trump, well, the Biden campaign, they've actually been promoting those interviews where Haley is attacking Trump for his disrespect to American service members or his comments on NATO, and they're amplifying her comments about Trump being unhinged.
All right. Nikki Haley has said that she will continue even if she doesn't win in South Carolina. What happens next?
Yeah, I mean, it's really an uphill battle for Nikki Haley. Even if she loses South Carolina, she really just needs to perform close enough or better than expected to keep the donors and some voters believing that she's still got to fight. But really, her last stand is going to be Super Tuesday on March 5th. That's when the most states vote in the primaries. If she doesn't perform well there, well, it is really hard to see what her path forward is, Eva.
Yeah, because you have to make the math, right? ABC Senior White House correspondent Selina Wang, thank you so much for being with us.
Good to see you, friend.